to another Kids Room podcast episode. I hope everybody's feeling loved and blessed as always. Hopefully, everybody is getting an idea on how their year went in 2024. Hopefully, you understand what self reflection is and that your past goals, whatever that you achieved, learn to grow and build on that and not to put yourself down on those goals. Don't put yourself down on the things that you didn't achieve, but the things that you got closer to achieving. Because now those goals can continue on to 2025, and who knows, those things can blow up into even more, into farther and greater things. And today, our lesson is going to be why we miss out on our own value, right? And just to start it off, the definition of value is what? The regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. So your value as a person is how useful you can be, or how we view ourselves in a human manner, that we view ourselves as how useful we can be in the world, how useful we can be at our jobs, how useful we can be in our marriages, how useful we can be in our families, how useful we can be with the kids, how useful we can be at the gym, or fulfilling our friends' needs or dreams and doing things like that, or how useful we can be even to everybody and everything, right? Whether it's an occupation or a sport or a hobby or a relationship. But the last thing we do is see our own value. We miss out on our own value simply because we think less of ourselves, right? But not intentionally, not saying you talk bad about yourself or you think badly about yourself, but you put yourself on the back burner. And that is just simply dignifying or probably belittling your own behaviors, because now you have to put yourself down a level in order to, fulfill something else that is needed for somebody else or for something else, right? So you miss out on your own value, right? Or you devalue yourself sometimes when we tend to put ourselves on a back burner and not put ourselves more forward, more first. And because taking care of yourself, adding value to yourself is helping others, is adding value to others, right? So if you're the head of the household, you being better is also glorifying God within your gift, right? Showing others that you are becoming who God wants you to become. You are becoming someone that you want to be. You are becoming somebody greater at the end of the day. And it goes on to say in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 20, "For you are bought at a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's." We were already bought at a price that can never be paid. That is something that is very valuable. That is something that is priceless. That is something that can never be bought back. That is something that can never be earned by us. That is only something that could be paid by eternity. So God sent his only son. He sent Christ to die on the cross and create the covenant with us, because he wanted to put himself into a position where we as human beings could also touch him and to witness him and to also be able to signify him, right? Be able to hang out with him. We were bought at a price of the sacrifice. A sacrifice that can never be paid, something that is completely priceless, something that can never be handed to us. It was just given, right? It was something that was just given, and it was something that could never be asked for. It was just God already knew what his children needed. God, as a great father, showed us even greater grace and mercy by giving us his only son. So we have to rest more within Christ, knowing that our value will never be given to us from anyone or anything else on this planet Earth. God made us in his image. Christ sees us as his children. We are lambs. He is the shepherd. We have to see ourselves as simply sheep of God. Not sheep of this planet, because there's nothing on this earth that can be offered to us that God can't give to you. Tenfold, probably 100-fold, things that He can already just give to us that we don't even deserve, something that we can never work for, something that we probably could ask for. Of course, that's only because He's already a giving and a loving Father. So He's gonna bless us, right? And especially in the times being when we're still alive, and before we pass on, we have to learn to rest within Christ. We have to learn to see the value with having a relationship with Christ. Learn to see the value with growing your faith. Learn to see the value with going through the trials and the tribulations, and to go and to learn and to gain the knowledge and the wisdom and the strength to continue to grow, to continue to have a family and to maybe have children, or to have a legacy, or to have wealth one day, and to be a good steward of all those things, or to any one of those things, or be a good steward with the people that you do have in your life, or the friends that you do have in your life, and because there's so much worth within ourselves, so much identity, so much dignity, but also so much pride, so much arrogance, so much negativity. But say we learn to go past that. Say we learn to stand in the fire in 2025, stand in the fire, and to know that God is going to protect us, that God will always be there and never forsake us. And what it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5, examine yourselves whether you are in the faith, test yourselves. Do you not know about yourselves that Jesus Christ is in you? Unless indeed you are disqualified. That's something that we never want to be, is disqualified. But just to say, to examine yourselves, whether you are in the faith, to test yourselves. That's the thing that you have to do. You have to question yourself. What am I going to do in this situation? Prepare yourself. Build that foundation. Ask God, pray to God, and be like, what can I do in this situation, God? Where's a better result of my faith right now? Where's a better result of my actions right now? How can I drop my pride? How can I drop my self-identity right now and to show you, God, in this situation, right? And the last point is our value can be increased with the increase in faith. So we will be tested, but we have to self-reflect, right? We have to self-identify, not with the things of this world, but the things within our spirit, within our souls. So the amount of faith that we do have can help us or hurt us at the end of the day. It can ultimately direct us in the right or wrong direction. It can ultimately show us or blind us from the light or into the darkness. So we have to walk on the water and stay focused within Christ, or we take our eyes off of Him. We lose focus for a moment. We wander off, and for a split second you're underwater. But that split second could be a year, 2 years, 3 years of your life of going this way, that way, not knowing, and the whole time God already had that direction for you. He was showing you the path, showing us the value that you had within yourself, that you didn't need everything else that we were trying to go to, and He was showing you that you didn't need that the whole time. Look within yourself. Look with what I gave you, and move along with it. In 1 Samuel 17, chapter 17, verses 46 and 47, we have to learn to have faith like David, because it goes on to say, this day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, and I will strike you down, and I will give the dead bodies of the host of the Philistines this day to the birds of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth. David claimed success over Goliath before it even happened, all because he knew the giant that was facing him, the challenge that was facing him, was going to be faced by God. And if you're a child of God, you have faith within your Father. We lean into Him. We lean into Christ. We know that He will protect us. We will succeed. We will win every time. Just to know that God knows exactly what we need in life, And that's exactly what he's going to give us, just in the due time, in the time that he wants us to have. So we can't miss out on our value, because if you start to focus on Christ, you start to focus on where you want to go with him and let him just take you where he's going to take you, then you're not going to miss out on your value. But you start to miss out on your value when you let your emotions take over. You start to not to serve the purpose that you're supposed to serve in that time. You're not increasing your faith. You're just mistreating all the opportunities and blessings that God is giving you and things like that, and all the importance that the value that God is giving you in this relationship that he wants to have with you. You're missing the value within yourself. You're missing the value within your good ideas and your good gift that can magnify other people. Not just, you don't have to be a fan. You don't have to follow other people. You can just do your own thing and have people follow you. People are going to end up following you. You just have to be a good leader, and God's going to make sure of that. So don't miss out on your value simply by being arrogant, having too much pride, and being blind. But gain value by being a child of God, coming to him, not knowing it all, and praying and asking him for guidance and things like that, and then see how he will deliver you. And I appreciate y'all for tapping me in with this message. Hey, drop a like or comment if you're tapping in with me on the podcast. Hey, it's going to be at Kids Room Podcast. Subscribe, share it with somebody. At the end of the day, I just want people to follow their purpose. That's why I made this channel. And I want people to know that they are loved in this life. They have to continue to fight and continue not to miss out on things because they're simply seeing other people do it. But I appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.